earth. The next lovers of this night is called Abdul Azeez Akanji. But before he comes here, I will ask the to his evaluator, Ahmed Kulbali, to give us the purpose of Abdul Azeez speech.
I can see here level 2 project 1. Yes. I think it's about leadership, right?
Understanding your leadership.
Understanding leadership. Okay, so tonight, Toastmaster Abdulaziz is going to tell us a bit about his leadership styles. So we will try to see a very well constructed speech where we are going to focus on leadership, and we hope that by the end of his speech, we are going to learn about his leadership style.
Thank you very much. Ladies and gentlemen, with a warm applause, let's come and welcome Abdulaziz Akanji.
Toastmasters, where leaders are made. This statement to an outsider will be strange, but to an insider, it's meaningful. Good evening, distinguished Toastmasters, fellow Toastmasters, and our judges. Tonight, I'm asked to talk about my leadership style and some kinds of leadership style. We all dream to be leaders. We all want to be leaders. And we wish to be leaders. But the question remains, are we doing what it takes to be leader? Before we know the style and the kind of leadership skills we have, we need first to be in leadership position. It is until we are placed in a leadership position that we can know the kinds and types of leaders we want to be. But what I want to know is that by mere looking at leaders around the world, there are some attributes all these leaders have. The first attribute that all leaders of the world have is optimism. Leaders in the world are optimistic about the leadership goal they have. A leader cannot be pessimistic. When given a target, an objective to work upon as a leader, no matter the difficulties and challenges he will face, he will try to be optimistic. The second attribute of a good leader is that he has a good and effective communication style. You want to be a leader, you should know how to communicate with people behind you. Communication is very important in any organization, in any enterprise as a leader. So when placed at a stage, you should be able to know how to communicate with your follower. This is the second attribute all leaders of the world have. The third attribute all the leaders of the world have is that they are open-minded. They try to listen to advice, ideas, and suggestions from people. If you know you want to be a good leader, try to seek advice or try to listen to your follower. And the fourth attribute I know that leaders of the world have is integrity. You should be able to maintain your integrity, be honest enough with your follower, be honest with your mission, objective, and vision. When you are not integrity, I believe the leadership goal you have will crumble. You see, they say experience is the best teacher. And from experience, we can derive these attributes of leaders. But the question still remains, which leadership style is best in the world? The answer is very simple. And the answer is, there is no best leadership style in the world. But the best leaders are leaders that can be able to switch from one leadership style to another leadership style depending on the scenario and the circumstances they find themselves. For just so far, I will talk about the leadership style we have in the world. One of the first leadership style we have in the world is democratic leadership style. A democratic leadership style is the kind of leadership style that seek consensus agreement with the followers. A kind of leader that talk with followers and see how can he move the organization to the next level. The second type of leadership we have is the bureaucracy leadership style. These kind of leaders, they are the ones that follow rules. They are the ones we find in our office. They have their rules and regulations, how they work every day. They don't go beyond these rules and regulations. The third type of leadership style we have is autocratic leadership style. Autocratic leadership style are kind of leaders that work with power. They have the power with them. So they believe by commanding people, people will do what they want. And by commanding people, they can achieve what they want. We have the soldiers. We have the policemen. Even we have the teacher in the classroom. The fourth leadership style we have is the affiliative leaders. The affiliative leaders, these are people that try to make friendship with their colleagues. They try to make friendship with their followers. Truly, he's a boss in the office, but he tries to make a close relationship with the colleagues and try to talk with them on a personal note to see how they can move the company forward. Now, the question remains. I have mentioned 4 types or kinds of leadership style we have. It's not left to all these kinds, but we have many. But the question remains, which one are you? You see, personally, I try to discover the kinds and types of leaders I have in the society. Unfortunately, I can say I'm autocratic, I'm democratic, and affiliative. This is the reason. I try to seek advice from people whenever I want to take action about something. Sometimes their advice may be wrong. I try to impose my decision on them without making autocratic. A leader is supposed not to be too soft and too hard or too harsh on a follower. That is why it is not good to have one leadership style. You try to switch from one kind of leadership style to another types of leadership style. So I took myself to be a democratic leader, an autocratic leader, and an affiliative leader. I love to make friends with people I work with, but I try to also impose the management decision on them. So it is best for us to try to study the kind of leader we have in the society, for us to know how to develop that leadership style. A leader is someone that shows to the follower by example, not by someone that doesn't show the example to the follower. Thank you very much.